Hi everyone, it's Lukas. Since many of you asked me if I could show you how I practice, I decided to make this video. It's not possible for me to record a full 45-minute session right now because my camera kind of keeps shutting down. But yeah, I will show you a small excerpt. Particularly for this exercise, I've chosen a rumba pattern, a rhythmic pattern that I just found. And I got a kind of like a cheat sheet next to me, which is basically a collection of data that I got from books, YouTube videos, articles, and websites that I visited and read up for this. And the pattern that I'm going to demonstrate and practice today is kind of like a reoccurring theme or pattern. So it may be called like a default or standard rhythmic Rumba pattern, I guess. And yeah, that's simply something that I would like to practice and show you today. So basically, breaking down like my practice process, I usually just read up the material, try to understand it and to like fully understand it and know what I'm talking about, hopefully. By the way, feel free to add anything if it's incomplete or whatever, because it's just my current state. It's not like a theoretical lesson that I'm going to do. It's just like my current state and the exercise that I'm doing based on this particular theoretical knowledge. So yeah. So once I read it up and collect all the data and write a small summary or whatever, I basically sit down in the first process or like second process and try to internalize the movement. So either the pattern, how it feels like, and this comes in two steps. First one is dry, so it's just muting the strings, so just touching them lightly without pressing them down, and then simply playing the pattern until I get the groove and the feel for it. Then the second part is playing it over a chord progression. And the chord progression that I'm going to use for this particular video is the Andalusian cadence, which is 6-5-4-3, so like a downwards progression in C major. So if you know C major, the first chord is C, second one is D minor, third is E minor, the 4 chord is F, 5 chord is G, and the 6th chord is A minor. Like the 7th chord would be B diminished, but it's not relevant for us right now. So the 6-5-4-3 progression would mean that we start with A minor, which is 6, the 6th chord in C major, 5, G, 4, F, 3. And maybe you noticed I played E major, and this is a small variation for this particular cadence. It's also modal, it's Phrygian, it's a Phrygian progression. So, but okay. The pattern itself goes like this. It's in 4/4 time, divided into 8 note groupings, which means it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And I play it like this. 1 with either thumb or index finger, 1, 2, sorry, 1 and. So just down, up, 1 and. The next one is basically the same, 1 and 2 and. You can also play it with the index finger. Basically, I'm more used to using my index finger due to, I don't know, like campfire songs, strumming. It's just like down with the index, up with the thumb. So it's just up to you. So it's like 1 and 2 and. There's a variation on 3. We have a slap. So 1 and 2 and 3. And the last one is and 4 and, played with your index finger. So this makes 8 beats, or like 8 hits, and it's basically the full bar. However, what you have to know is that this particular rhythm pattern is divided into groupings. So we have the first grouping, which is a 3-note pairing or grouping. The second group consists of also 3 notes, and then we have the last group of 2 notes or 2 hits. And each group gets the accent on the 1. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, Now we need to add the variation, the slap on the 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, sorry, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and this is basically the variation, the whole sequence. Yeah, so now let's give it a try. I will just practice it straight. I will first count in loud a few minutes, or the first minute maybe, and once I feel comfortable I will just try to keep the counting in my head, and whenever I feel comfortable I speed it up, otherwise I would just slow down. Okay, so let's give it a try. Try exercise number 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 Let's try to be faster now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and Okay, so that's basically dry right now. So now I'm going to add the progression. So A minor, G major, F major, E, just as bar form, in a bar form. So also like 3 minutes of applying this particular pattern to this particular chord progression. stop here. I could see myself doing this like all day long, but yeah, that's basically it. So I have a theoretical concept that I'm trying to understand. Then I practice it until I get the movement right and the feeling for it, I hope so. And afterwards I apply it musically. So that's basically with whatever I learn, be it a scale, chord progression, rhythm, whatever, phrasing. It's just the way I practice things. Yeah, and the third part would basically just be to sit down with a metronome and try to practice this particular exercise, but with a metronome in 60, 90, and 120 beats per second, per minute, sorry. Yeah, that's it. I hope you liked it. Feel free to subscribe and to like the video and to share it. And if you have any suggestion, be it a chord progression, any advice for my playing and so on, please feel free to share it. As I said, this is not a theoretical video of me being a teacher. It's just my current state of this concept and what I'm doing with it. And of course, I want to grow and improve. So thank you very much for everything that you suggest and recommend. And otherwise, see you next time. Bye-bye.